Munson with Munson Music, and we're talking about a really easy way that you can play through Love Runs Out by OneRepublic and kind of working this as a capo 3. And so we'll walk through a couple things in root position though, and it does start off with this cool little bass line you could kind of work for your intro just around an open E string. Actually, if we're kind of working that, it's the capo 3. So you may want to kind of play around with just that low open E string, or you could back that up with a chord with an E minor chord. We play E minor. First finger goes to A on the 2nd fret, second finger on the D string 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an E minor chord, and it sounds really sad. Now you may also want to think about adding in the 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd, kind of working that for your E minor. It's kind of an E minor 7. Or you may want to work just the low strings and kind of bring out kind of that low part of the E, kind of an E5 idea. And then from the E, actually on our verses, actually once we kind of get into that form, we go into an open A, and actually through the verse there's this cool bass line. Actually got kind of open E string, more open E, and then we go to open A, and then we kind of hear this cool change for the open A to 3rd fret on the low E, and then we go back to open E, and more open E, and then we go to 2nd fret on the A string, and more 2nd fret on the A string, and then we got open E again. It's kind of our main bass line. So you could kind of back that up with chords too. You'd start on the E minor, but then when that open A string happens, you may want to throw in an A minor chord. When we play A minor, first finger goes to B on the 1st fret, second finger on the D 2nd fret, and 3rd finger on the G 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A minor chord, and it sounds really sad. Now around A minors in general, it can be kind of cool to lift off the 1st finger and make that an A suspended 2nd. Or you could add in the pinky on the B string 3rd for an A sus. Or you could take the A minor and kind of lift off the 3rd finger for an A minor 7. Or you could add in the pinky on the high E 3rd for an A minor 7. So lots of possibilities to kind of say some things around those chords. Or you could even use an A7 sus, where you do 1st finger on the D 2nd, 2nd finger on the G 2nd, 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds like A7 sus, which sounds slightly unresolved. And then from the A, when the bass changes to the low E string on the 3rd fret, you may want to back that up with a G major chord, where you could do 1st finger on the A 2nd, 2nd finger on the low E 3rd, 3rd finger on the high E 3rd. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really happy. Now you may also want to think about putting the 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd, kind of working that for your G major. And then from the G major, we go back to our E minor chord, and then more E minor. But then we'll end up going to a B7 chord. When we play B7, 1st finger goes to D on the 1st fret, 2nd finger on the A 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the G 2nd, pinky on the high E 2nd fret. It's kind of a B7 chord. Or you may kind of dig on kind of taking the 3rd finger and flattening them out over the G, B, and E, and making that a B9. Kind of dig on that sound. So you kind of play around with kind of working it that way too. And you could even follow just that bass line actually with the chords, kind of E minor, E minor, E minor, just kind of doing downs and adding in some beauty. A minor, A minor, E minor, E minor, B7, B7, E minor, E minor. Or one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, down, up. So we took the E minor and just tried that a lot. And actually, I'm kind of doing a little trick for my E minor at this point too. You may want to play around with 2nd finger on the A string 2nd, 3rd finger on the D string 2nd. That might actually make that a little bit easier to get to the A minor, actually kind of almost setting up that A minor shape on the E minor. And it also kind of sets you up for the B7 actually to kind of keep the 2nd finger on the A string 2nd. But if we tried that down, down, up, up, just a lot to warm up, you'd have the E minor, down, up. Form. E minor, A minor, and then we get the A minor G. You may want to do it down, down up on the A minor, down, down up on the G, and then the E minor. Half those chords. E minor, B7, B7, E minor, E minor. Is kind of working a 16th note strum pattern. It's a little bit fast if you're just starting out. But what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot to the beat, Right now we're kind of dividing that into two parts, so that are down, down, up, up, down. It's called an eighth note. And 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. But what a 16th note is where you divide that beat into four parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite 16th note strum patterns is a long down, 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 up, up, down, down, up, down. And what I mean by that is we take the E minor and do it down for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you'd be doing on the first beat. And on the second beat, you'd be doing a down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. And then on the third beat, you'd be doing an up on 2, down on 3. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 up, down, 1 up, down, 1 up, down. And then on the last beat, you'd be going down, up, down, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, up, down, 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 down. So all together, you got down. Kind of using that is on the A minor G. You may want to do just a down, down, down up on each of those chords to kind of half the pattern. Or if you're really adventurous, you could split the pattern and do the A minor down, 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 up, and then go to the G for the up, down, down. So if you try it that way, then A minor, down, down, doing it down and kind of killing the strings, so we want to play around with that too. And then from there we'll be repeating that until we get to our bridge part. And our bridge, we start on the E minor, but then we go to a D major chord. When we play D major, first finger goes to the G on the 2nd fret, second finger on the high E 2nd fret, and third finger on the B string 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. Now around Ds in general, it can be kind of cool to lift off the 2nd finger, make that a D suspended 2nd. Or you could add in the pinky on the high E 3rd for a D sus and kind of say some things around the D chord. And then from the D, we'll be going to an A major chord when we play A major. First finger goes to the D on the 2nd fret, second on the G 2nd fret, third finger on the B 2nd fret, kind of a big party on the 2nd fret. And that sounds an A major, and it sounds really happy. Now you may also want to think about lifting off the 3rd finger, kind of like the A minor, and kind of get an A sus 2 sound. Or you could add in the pinky on the B 3rd for the A suspended chord and kind of say some things around the A. Or you'll kind of hear at that point where the bass line actually is playing the A string on the 4th fret, C sharp note. And so you could even do the A as kind of a little mini bar over the D, G, and B on the 2nd, and take the 3rd finger and kind of go to the A string 4th fret and kind of get that A major but with a C sharp in the bass. So we call it A slash C sharp. And then from there we'll be going to a C major chord when we play C major. First finger goes to the B on the 1st fret, second finger on the D 2nd fret, and third finger on the A string on the 3rd. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major chord. That sounds really happy. Now around C's in general, it can be kind of cool to lift the first finger, play it C major 7, or you can add in the pinky on the B string 3rd for the C major 9. Or another way to play C major 9 is to do first finger on the D 2nd, second finger on the A 3rd, third finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd. Kind of work that for your C major 9. And then from the C, then we get back to our E minor chord, and then we go to our D chord, and then we're back to our A, and you can even use the A7 sus if you kind of dig on that, and the C major 9, and then we go to our B, and then our D, and then we go to our E minor at the very end of the bridge, and then we kind of have almost like a little bridge tag where we kind of stay on the E minor 4 times, almost like the verse is starting back in a way. Kind of work that through that part. Now the weird part is to play along with the recording, instead of starting on an E minor chord, they're actually starting on a G minor chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo And if you put the capo on 3rd fret, then now your E minor is really a G minor, and your A minor is really a C minor chord, and your G major chord is really a B flat major chord, and your B7 chord is really a D7 chord, and then on the bridge, the D major chord is really an F major chord, your A major is really a C major chord, and your C major chord is really an E flat major. I'm going to take it from the very beginning. You may want to work just kind of that open E idea as kind of the intro, or you could even do that idea with the downs around the E minor, or you can fill that time with the down, down, up, up, down, up, down, or you can work the 16th idea. E minor, E minor, E minor, E minor. And then from that intro, then we'll be going into our verse part. So you do that with the downs, kind of E minor, E minor, E minor, E minor, A minor, A minor 2, 3, 4, G 2, 3, 4, E minor, E minor, and then B, B, E minor, E minor, or you can do the down, down, up, up, down, up. The weird part is where we get to that A minor G. You may want to do just the down, down, up on each of those chords. Or if you're a little bit more adventurous, you can kind of split that pattern between them and do the A minor with the down, down, and then hit the G with the up, down. Kind of dig on that. Kind of down, down, G on the up, down. So if we tried it that way, we'd have E minor, something else that I like to add to a song like this too is bass notes. A lot of times on that first down of the down, down, up, down, you can throw in a bass for the chord. So on the E minor, you'd have low E for the bass. On the A minor, you'd have the A string for the bass. And then on the G chord, you'd have the low E string for the bass. E minor, you'd have the low E bass. And then on your B7, you'd have the A for the bass. And when we get to the bridge part, on the D, you'd have the D for the bass. A, you'd have the A for the bass, unless you're doing the A/C sharp, in which case you have the A for the bass too, but you're playing a different bass. And then on the C major, you have the A string for the bass. So we tried our main verse chorus with a bass down, up, down, up. We have E minor, low E bass, 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 A minor with an A bass, A minor, G, E minor, low E bass. Part is we got the A minor G 16th, where you give you bass, down, down, up, and then go to the G for the up, bass, down, down. So bass, down, down, up, G, up, bass, down, and down, A minor bass, down, down, up, G, up, bass, down, and down. Kind of split the pattern. And the whole pattern actually you could work as a bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, or bass, bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, or bass, bass, down, down, up, bass, down, up, down. So we tried it that way. You'd have E minor, E minor, E minor, E minor, A minor, G. basically be repeating that until we get to our bridge part. And if we tried our bridge with a bass down, up, down, up, we'd have the E minor, D with the D bass, A/C sharp, C with the A bass, Louis bass, D with the D bass, A/C sharp with an A bass, C with an A bass, D7 with an A bass. Setup for that last chorus. Or if you're digging on the 16th, you got the E minor, A/C sharp, C, minor, A/C sharp, C, E7. From there, they'll be going back into our main verse chorus. Now, if you know there are licks around these chords too, feel free to take this lesson and run with it any way you want to. Kind of make it your own. There's lots of different ways to kind of mix it up and kind of make it your own. That's the basics of how you can strum through Love Runs Out by OneRepublic. So good luck.